This is the very first thing I made. This is the size of the little theatre set where we're going to have the model family. And I wanted to try and work out how high up it needed to be so that adults could see it and also so that small children could see it. And I was quite surprised how low down it could be. So even if it's like at table height, you can still look down on it quite happily. So this was good. This was lower than I was expecting. I always start by drawing the machines once I've got an idea, and I can get quite a long way with them. The man on the right is just somebody I've drawn to scale to get an idea of what it's going to fit in. Quite a lot of work on the computer with the CAD program over and over again, but actually it was much more useful looking at the model. My favourite saw is the rail saw. You just have to lay the rail along the line that you want to cut, and then you just let the saw there, put it on a bit of scrap wood, and then to screw it all together, I have quite a lot of 2-to-1 framing. I just use a lot of these black carcass screws, and they've got very nice sharp points, so you can just and then to screw them together. And then you've got quite a strong joint. And it's very useful. For a start, I could see that this doesn't have to be any higher. You can perfectly easily look down and see the seam. I realised that this has to be quite accurately made. I'm going to have to be a bit careful about that. This looks about the right size, and then this box on top is obviously for the lamb. So we've got sort of lamb on top of there now, you see. And I just tried to do a sort of mechanism to see how the lamb would go up and down. I also think the lamb is a bit vulnerable. You know, you can really get hold of it and tug it hard like that. So another thing, I think this actually needs to go up a bit, and that will make more room for the coin mate to go somewhere in there. This is my first prototype for the handle for petal meat. So the handle's down here, goes to a pulley, and this is an electric clutch here. The idea of the electric clutch is that when it's disengaged, the pulley can run completely freely without turning the handle. So it's just like that. But when you connect the power, clicks in, and then the two are locked together. Now this is a flywheel, so the idea is you get it turning quite fast. release the clutch, and it'll slowly come to stop in whatever position. But there's actually quite a lot of friction in this, so if I turn this without the clutch, it still turns a little bit. So it's time for Mark II. Right. Okay, so this is with a second stage. I did. We connect up the clutch. One. Two. Oh, I haven't tightened this up, have I? I can't do very well with that. Right. Now this is much harder to turn, and the belt at the back is slipping, but this is still gradually gaining speed. This is the flywheel now, and it's going a lot faster. You can probably hear it too. And you can add a bit of nylon to get a noise of this. Oh, this is much better, but I think I've got to replace this belt with chain because I think this will get slippery as it wears. Okay, I think this is the final version now. So don't do anything before you put the money in, and then when you put the money in, the clutch is energised, and then I'm making the lamb to go on top of the machine out of this, which is polyurethane foam, although it doesn't look like it on the outside. When you hack into it, it's a sort of yellowish colour, and they're huge lumps all over the East Anglia, left over from floating a gas pipeline out to the North Sea maybe 20 years ago. And these really big lumps I cut with a chainsaw. The good thing about this foam is it's actually very dense, so you can get quite a lot of detail. Once it's a bit smaller, I can cut it on the bandsaw. The shape of the lamb on the bandsaw now, the profile, and now I just sort of start whittling down sometimes hand saw just to few months later, this is the finished machine. It's all glass on the outside, with this sort of little pattern, sort of like wallpaper of lambs and chunks of meat. And all I did, I stuck them on with vinyl and then just painted gloss paint on the back of the glass. You can see it there. And then I've got all the controls in there on that side. So various things changed. The lamb doesn't drop anymore. It was kind of too far away from the figures in the scene, so I added a little lamb inside there with the family. So it's the fate of that lamb that you're watching on that one at the top, with the sort of figurehead. Then the coin box got moved. That was originally going to be inside the machine, but I put it outside. In here, I got rid of that nylon packaging strip. Had sort of weird resonances and didn't think it would last very long. There's a thing called a gear tooth sensor. It's a bit like a guitar pickup. It's an electromagnetic coil. And I literally put the output of the sensor into the computer speakers, and that makes the noise that changes with the speed. From this angle you can see this is the drum with the 3 scenes on. Carving scene. And then in the back you can see this is the chain that's connected to the handle.
Look at him.